Hi, and welcome back to my channel. You may have noticed that I have a guest star here today, and that's because we are going climbing outside. Yay! We are headed down to Alabama to the Little River Canyon, and fortunately it's a dog-friendly crag, so Addie gets to come along. All right, we've made it to the concave. The warm-up situation isn't the most ideal. There is a 510 vert climb around the corner, and then in the cave it starts at 13A, so it's a little bit of an abrupt warm-up, but we'll start with the 510 and then make our way into the concave. Just finished the warm-ups and that went well. I felt really good on Silverback, which is nice. This is my second time back to the concave this season, and last time Silverback definitely felt really hard, so it was nice that it felt better today and that I'm starting to get the fitness and remembering how to climb at this crag, so that's a good feeling. Next, I'm going to hop on Abandon. I need to make a decision on what I want this first burn to look like because I only really get a couple of good burns on it each session, so now I have to decide if I want to go bolt to bolt on my first burn and kind of keep warming up and refamiliarizing myself with the moves, or I can try and just see where I get to from the ground. I'm kind of leaning towards seeing where I get to. I felt really good on my warm-up, and I one-hung the route during my last session, so I just want to see if I can get a little bit higher, and then when I fall I'll kind of keep reworking the moves. I was happy with that go. I got to a really common fall point for me. Where I fell was actually where I fell a lot this season that I was trying it. I only really got past there from the ground a couple of times. I didn't feel great when I got there. I think I just wasn't confident enough when I was going for the right hand bump, and so I ended up only getting it with 3 fingers, and then that error just kind of compounded and made all the rest of the moves harder, and I just got pumped super quickly. So I think just being a bit more confident right off the bat and just trying to really go for that right hand crimp and make sure that I get it good is really going to help. Because I knew how much I fell there in previous seasons, I decided that now is a good time to try and figure out some new beta. It's kind of funny looking back and kind of wondering what I was thinking in 2022 when I was falling on that move a lot and why I didn't decide to rework it. And yeah, just trying to think back, I think what was happening was I was progressively getting further and further on the route, and so I didn't think that I needed to change my beta. And then when I started to regress and was falling lower on the route, I thought I was just not as strong, or I was just being stubborn about the beta because it had worked before and why should I change it now kind of thing. So it is interesting looking back, and yeah, hopefully this time around I can have better tactics and be more honest with myself about what beta I might need to change, and just kind of go through this process. The rest of the climb stays really sustained, and there's not really a great rest after that point. There is a double toe hook rest where I can get something back, but not a ton. It still just stays, really steep and powerful. I did find some new beta that I'm hoping will be a bit higher percentage. It's less of like a dead point and more controlled, and I can get more weight through my feet. So I'm excited to try that again. This is going to be an interesting process because I haven't really projected anything in the last few months. The last time I really projected something was back in October of last year, and I really just spent the bouldering season just going around and getting on climbs a couple grades below my project level and just trying to do more volume because I just mentally didn't have it to really invest in the projecting process. And I do want to say that it's like totally normal and okay to not project all the time. I think as climbers, a lot of times we can get really invested on the performance side of things, but it can take a lot of the enjoyment out of it, at least for myself. And I went through some personal hardship and just mentally had to take a step back from trying to send super hard with climbing, and it was really important for me to enjoy my time climbing, and that's what I really focused on over the winter and with my bouldering. And I'm just really glad I was able to do that because in that way climbing really helped my mental health and helped me get through a really hard time rather than adding stress or contributing to the hardship. I've mentioned before in previous videos that frustration and being really focused on performance was something I really struggled with in the past. And this route in particular I had a really hard time on mentally when I tried it 2 seasons ago in 2022. And so this is a challenge in and of itself to see if I can return to this route that I know is hard for me, that I know I've struggled on before, and see if I can have a new mindset around it. I'm excited for the challenge because I have done a lot of mindset work, and I'm hoping that I can have a healthier attitude about it as I go through the projecting process here. One burn down for today. I'll get back on it again. I'm taking about an hour-long rest. I'm really happy with that go. The new beta worked really well, and I actually matched my high point from 2022, which is great because I matched it in 2 sessions, even though it took me many more sessions back then. So that's quite promising. I think what happened when I got there, right before where I ended up falling, I did get a little bit psyched out because I knew I had fallen on that move before. So I think I hung out on the holds a little too long. I think it was an okay choice in that I was kind of trying to refocus, but I think I just don't have the fitness for that right now, and I really should have just kept moving, but that's okay. I'm really happy with that. I did better on the boulder off of the ledge. I did still miss one of the holds and had to readjust quite a bit, so definitely need to keep dialing that in and getting a little bit more precise. I think that will come with time and just continuing to relearn it and just know exactly where I need to be aiming for with the holds. So now I have to decide if I want to give it another go or not. I'm leaning towards not giving it a go because I have experienced overdoing it in the concave, and I am just kind of thinking longer term. I don't think that my third go of the day is going to be the sun go, and I don't know how much I can really get from a fatigued burn on it. And yeah, the moves are just so physical and full body that I know it's going to make me really tired. So I think I'm going to call it early and save my energy for the next time I come back. I'm also not feeling a ton of urgency with the season because this crag is actually really nice as it's getting warmer because it's so shady. So I know I have some time left. I think I was climbing here in like May of last year. It's definitely like a fine line of deciding how aggressive to be during each session. But like I said, I don't think my third go is going to be the Sen go. So I'm just going to save my energy and come back fresh for my next session on it. We'll see if I'm able to vlog my next session. To be honest, if I start getting a little bit more mental about it, I probably don't want to add the vlogging to the experience and just be able to focus, but we'll see. Thank you for watching and following along, and I'll see you next time.